welcome to Whatley Farm again for another episode of Michael's Car Chronicles. Yes, so it was an idea. Steve said, oh, why don't they come to Whatley Farm? Just a few people. And then what I want to do is show them my idea for a car cafe, which hopefully will be up and running in the spring. One of the reasons why Steve has organised this, I just wanted to sort of show you what I'm up to in here. Now, I have a bit of an ambition where in the spring I want to host some breakfast meetings, so give people a coffee and a bacon roll, and then when the weather's better they can park on the grass there and just mooch around and have a look at everything going on. Now, a year or so ago I hosted the Gordon Keebles Owners Club meeting, and the barn was, we call this the Green Barn because when I bought it, it was covered in green netting, but we still call it the Green Barn even though it's not green anymore. So we cleared out the Green Barn and we filled it full of Gordon Keebles. It was all good, it went quite well, but then something I slightly overlooked. People were saying, well, excuse me, is there anywhere we can go to the toilet? So I said, yeah, that's a good point. So, so we would sort of, and a lot of them are older people, so we did escort them up and they could use the workshop toilets. Well, that's not really ideal, is it? So, with a view to me wanting to do a few meetings and things, I thought, now, where can I put some toilets? So I looked at converting container, I looked where can I put the container, etc. So I thought, I know, I'm going to build a little car cafe. Now, I've started it, I've started putting the toilets, I've started putting in the kitchen. I was going to have an Irish pub, and that was going to be in the building up there. But then I thought, hang on a minute, that's going to be the same again, isn't it? They're going to say, where can we go to the toilet? So I thought, I know, let's put it all in here. So far I've done it all myself, apart from the plumbing. So when I open the doors, it's not finished. Hopefully it'll be finished for the spring, but I'd just like your reaction. I'd just like to know what you think of it. So 2 seconds, I'll go and open the doors. Oh, that's very fitting, isn't it? That's amazing. Well, it's not, as I say, it's work in progress. I kept saying to Steve, it's not finished yet, but anyway, you can see it as it's progressing. If I can tell you how it sort of started. So as I said, didn't have any toilets. So the first thing I put in is the toilets. So we've got gents toilets in there. There's 4 urinals, Helium Lord urinals, same as in the Ivy. I didn't want to skimp, I just wanted nice toilets. There's a disabled toilet in the middle, and then ladies' toilets here. So then I thought, well, let's have a little cafe area so people can come and have a bacon roll. So this is going to be a kitchen. I've got a commercial coffee machine to go in, so this will be done. Then I thought, well, let's separate. The idea is my cars are going to go in the back here, and I'd like eventually to have a mini motor museum. So I thought I'd put a division in and mock it up like an old garage, and then if people wanted to go and see my cars, I will move them from up there into the back here. Now, it's got a railway theme, I don't know whether any of you've noticed, and that started with the Eastleigh sign. So, as most of you know, the Gordon Keebles, chassis number 20, was built at the Supermarine Spitfire factory at the airport in Eastleigh. So I was at Bewley Auto Jumble some years ago and I saw this big Eastleigh sign. And I saw it on the Friday and I kept thinking, well, that would be really smart above the Gordon Keeble. And I said, if that's there Saturday morning when I go back, I'm gonna buy it. So anyway, I did a deal with the guy, bought the Eastleigh sign, and he said, what are you going to do with it? And I said, oh, I'm going to put it above my Gordon Keeble. He said, if I'd known that, I'd charged you more, he said. So that was quite funny. So I thought, well, I like that image, that sort of look, the green, and realised green was Southern Railway, so I thought that's fitting, we're in the south. So I thought, I know, let's try and find some toilet signs with this Southern Railway theme. And I was just looking for toilets, this came up, bar and cafeteria. And I thought, well, I've got to have that, that fits the bill. So then, we don't know where it came from. I bought it at auction. They think it might be Waterloo, but they don't really know. So that sort of points into the bar and cafeteria. And then I managed to find, I bought the gents sign on eBay. I bought this one at auction, and the other ladies' room at a railway, Ina, is that what you call it? Railway something or other auction. Then I went for the industrial lighting theme because I'd seen these green lights. So I wanted to tie in the green image. And then the doors on the cafe and the toilets will be painted in the same dark green. Now I can probably do another feature on the bar. This wasn't going to be here, this was going to be in another building. And then I suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to have the same problem with no toilets. So why don't I put it in here and you've got the toilets. I don't know whether or not it's competing, but I don't think so, because in the morning, that obviously, well, I'm not that bad, I won't be drinking in the morning, but in the morning this won't be open, obviously. If someone wants a bacon roll, they can have one there and have a look around, and then if I do have a function in the evening, this will be used. Now I can do it. I'm going to do another video on this, because this was actually taken from a pub in Ireland. I went over to Ireland and took this out of a pub that was closing down. It was in the Central Hotel. They had their own bar on Exchequer Street in Dublin. So me and two people went over with crowbars and battery drills and various things and took it all apart and had it shipped over. It was up and running in my last premises. Then when I moved, I stripped it all out again, and it's been in a container for 2 years. I started putting it back together this weekend. I got as far as this by Wednesday afternoon. On Wednesday afternoon I stopped and had a bloody good tidy up, because it was like a bomb had gone off in here. So after today, well, I'll probably start again at the weekend. I will slowly start finishing off. It has arches to come over with the display cabinets here, so it should look quite good. So I'm going to probably call it O'Rafferty's Motor Car, an Irish themed car pub. That's the idea. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is what I'm up to. So I've done this, as you can see, this Shell garage. I bought these this year at Beaulieu Auto Jumble, the two Shell pumps, the Shell signs and the illuminated Shell sign. I looked everywhere for old-fashioned doors. I just couldn't find any, but then on FaceBay, these were advertised in Preston. They came off of Preston bus yard. So I went all the way to Preston just to pick these doors up. They were blue when I got them. So I went on to learn how to do that paint effect to make them look old. So I painted them black, then painted them with PVA, and then an acrylic red on top, and then the PVA shrinks the top coat to give it that old-fashioned look. And then you'll walk through here and be a little bit careful, because there's various bits of metal and things sticking out of car bumpers. So this building will be insulated, cladded, do something on the floor, I'm not sure which. That showroom up there, I tiled it myself during lockdown. And I swear I will never do any more tiling again. I did actually tile the toilet floors, but it was literally, you start at the front and you do a row of tiles, your back starts aching, and then you look behind you and realise you've got another 48 metres to do. So it was a bit soul destroying. I'd have good days where I get a row done and then I get fed up and don't do it for 2 weeks, and then think, right, I really must do a row of tiles. It seemed to take forever, so I'm not tiling this floor, but I'll do something with it. So once this building's finished, my plan is to put my cars in here and then be able to open this up for meetings, breakfast mornings, where people can come and have a bacon roll and then look around my cars. Then eventually my ultimate dream, I suppose, is to join the two buildings together and start a mini motor museum.